breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to be. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend, Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Louis says hello. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? What about this time change, Louis? Everybody used to this time change yet? It was weird this morning. It got daylight early. I had to go reset the pool timer because it was coming on too early. Yeah, it always takes forever to figure it out. It was 5:30 last night. The sun was going down. I thought it was about 9. I was getting tired. I'm like, it's only 5 o'clock. Louis tired anyways. So how's everybody doing? We're going to say hello for a little bit. This is Mike from Mike's Weather Page, located here in sunny Oldsmar, Florida today. Chilly Oldsmar. We're going to talk about that. Totally missed this cold front. Had no idea it was coming. It's not going to last, so enjoy it. I don't think anybody likes a time change. That is number one hot topic on the internet is this time change. I don't think I've ever seen anybody that likes the time change. I don't know why. That's for sure. All right, we're going to chit-chat weather and some other fun stuff. It's brought to you by our good buddies at ABC, of course. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, located here in sunny Florida. Oldest family owned and operated in the great state of Florida. The weather guy didn't see it coming. Well, I just wasn't paying attention. I was worried about long-range forecasting, I guess. I don't know. This is like a little bitty cold front. What's up, yo, hell? How's it going down south, buddy? Good morning, Miss Teresa Omara. Ryan Sullivan, good morning. Jade, Sebastian. It was windy over in Sebastian, I heard. What's up, Miss Katie Haley? That's right, Joel. I had a couple people tell me that. So I guess people do read my weather posts. I really didn't think it was coming. I didn't think it was going to be this cold. It was chilly, like low 50s this morning. It's 69 in the house. Almost time to put the heat on. Almost. Not quite there yet. We have not had the annual tradition yet of the burning heater coils here in our house. Maybe soon. But there's our current temperatures this morning. Yeah, we got down to low 50s. We were in low 40s down the middle part of the state. Even 59 down there, Naples area, Cape Coral maybe. Even down in Miami, you guys were only in the low 60s. Where did that come from? Kind of felt it yesterday because I was telling somebody, only in Florida when it's 70 degrees it feels cold. And as soon as the sun went down last night and we lost the sunshine, it got chilly quick. And all the Floridians were shivering. And we did our Sunday tradition, went to Chili's, Sarah's favorite, our favorite, but Sarah's favorite especially. So I left early and had to go put my jeans and jacket on. Had the girls pick me up. I could not go out with shorts. It was that cold. I said, we'll go eat dinner, but I am not going to have shorts on and a shirt. So, and then it's funny, I got in the car, it said 69 or 70 or something, and I was like, how can you be so cold when it's 70 degrees? Right. Louis was being emotional today, so I picked him up first. We always start the day out with Louis. They play today. They're like little kids. Hunter and Louie pull out every toy in the toy box. It is hilarious. Hunter grabs it, runs, they fight with it, and then he runs and gets another one. It's so fun to watch. 3 years old. It's a good time. Come to Jamaica, Ian. Well, it's going to be almost 90s in Florida at the end of the week, so we'll be wishing it was cool again soon. So I had a great weekend. Went to Zach Brown. You probably saw the picture. Met a lot of great people. It's always so awesome to meet folks. Fire chief down at Fort Myers. We shared a lot of stories. We had our Tampa Bay Brewing Company Beer Fest on Sunday. Met a lot of fans there. Met a couple of people that lived in the Fort Myers area. Couple came all the way up just to hang out and say hi. So we shared a lot of stories from Ian. It was a great time. So appreciate the City of Oldsmar and Tampa Bay Brewing Company for putting that on. Met some folks here from the Keys. I want to show them real quick. They were big fans of our page. Funny story, when we were chasing Ada, somebody that works there at the Florida Keys Brewing Company dumped off a bunch of 6-packs on the back of my truck. So when Phil and I came out of the hotel after chasing Ada, there was beer. But my good buddy David and Major put that thing on, and it was a great event. My city here helped put it on, so I had a great time doing that. First beer fest I've ever been to. Lots of beer. And the after party was great. So now we're at Monday morning. Let's talk about the weather. Kate. Cold out there. Yep. Wind's dying down. We're going to have a high pressure locked over to southeast. So all that crazy wind we've been getting on the East Coast is over. So for a little while. Reed's coming down to Clearwater Beach. You're going to be warm, Reed. Guess what? You got beautiful weather coming down here. Water might be a little chilly, but we're going to be in the mid-80s for the week. It doesn't look like a lot of rain coming down, so we'll talk about that here in a second. What's up, Miss Shelly Ross? Good morning, Shelly. Shelly, our behind-the-scenes East Coast admin. Getting ready to mail out all of our Brew Crew stuff for the year. Always a big project, but always thankful for everybody. Chandra from Belize, yes. Hopefully y'all didn't do too bad down there. I know we have a lot of followers. A lot of rain, and that rain continued through the weekend. Still a little bit going on right now from the convection from leftover Invest 97. Dodie from South Daytona. We love it over there. Daytona's awesome. Miss Mary. Joel. Yeah, so we got a little weather to talk about. Believe it or not, the tropics are actually, we got something to talk about in the tropics. I'm not hyping at all. John, you went to the final Halloween Horror Nights. When was that? Recent? Go after Halloween. It makes sense, right? Pensacola, what's up there, Miss Jamie? Love to see y'all. Got somebody with a TikTok link, but it doesn't show up. We're almost at 250K. All right, here's current radar. Let's talk about some weather, and I'll chime in over here. Thanks so much for watching. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. A lot of folks watch the replay, so we'll get right into things. We got a little bit of rain up there in Michigan. Pacific Northwest getting a lot of rain, but this is going to be the storyline for a lot of days. High pressure is locked in over the south. We're going to have a frontal line come in toward the middle of the end of the week here that might bring some heavy rain to Texas, which y'all need, but it doesn't look like it's going to make it down to Florida. So things continue. Let's look at your store potential. Figured I'd start popping these up here just to give everybody a look ahead, because we're probably going to be going to every other day or Tuesday and Thursday, but we don't go every day in the wintertime. But here's your severe weather outlook for today. Just random showers in the north up there around Michigan area, out west, nothing severe. Tomorrow, Zippo. You got to love that, Zippo. And then on Wednesday, Zippo. So the next 3 days, quiet, which is good. How about we got any NASCAR fans out there? I was pretty happy Ryan Blaney won the Cup. A couple stories with him I told y'all before, but good dude. I was really sad to see the post video of Harvick. I actually got a little teary-eyed a little bit. Harvick took over when Earnhardt passed in 01. 23 years ago now, 22, 23. It's amazing Harvick's been around that long. So he drove a 29 car forever there when Dale passed, and won that first race in Atlanta. Red and white car, remember that? Third race back, that was pretty awesome. So it was pretty cool. Pretty sad. He's one of the originals. New crop of kids coming up. That was my Harvick story, though. His kid's old enough to race now. All right, so tropics. Here we go. Nothing expected. This is your 7-day map. So a little tricky. I got a little surprise today. I usually wait till about 7:45 in the morning, 8 o'clock to look at the latest NHC upload. And I forget now this time of year with the daylight savings time change. These are now posted at 7 and 1. So you don't have to wait till 8. You can get them at 7 now. So 7 a.m., 1 p.m. Eastern time zone, 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. But anyway, nothing's cooking, obviously. But we do have something cooking we're going to watch. Just a little something maybe cooking. Ross Chastain won the race. That was pretty cool. Mr. Local Florida guy smashing, I was thinking of Gallagher. Smashing watermelons. Derek West, waters are still very warm. The Gulf's getting about near that 80-degree mark, but down in the Western Caribbean, it's still kind of middle 80s, which is really warm. Big shout out to my boys at Done Right Roofing, by the way. Saw one of their trucks yesterday and always love them. So if you see that orange and blue truck driving around Pinellas County, blow your horn. Here's the outlook. Hey, and I think I saw something that said Daytona's like 100 days away. So it's okay. We got our race car we're working on. We'll start sharing some drawings of our Firminator. I think we should call it the Firminator. Firmin Power Equipment Hurricane Awareness Machine. We're so excited to be back at Daytona again for the second year. But this is tropics. Let's talk tropics a little bit. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to close the rest of my windows out, and then we're going to talk about this little spot that's showing up. I really don't like showing stuff this late in the year because it's kind of cry wolf syndrome, you know. But there is a little something sniffing down here. That's Canadians on it, GFS. This is your European ensembles. This is middle month. I already saw some meteorologists talking about it. So I'll talk about it here just a little bit. Bear with me. I do want to show this. It's always good to look at the outlook. This is Monday to Monday rains. Monday morning today to next Monday morning. Your next 7 days. Look at that. We got a frontal line coming down midweek, end of the week here. That's going to bring some rain east Texas, northeastward. But it fizzles. And high confidence, no rain for a big part of Florida the next 7 days. Not good for the drought. Got some fires up in the Carolinas going on right now too around Asheville. Saw some videos this morning. There are some fires up there. So we're getting to that time of year that we have some problems with these dry areas and droughts. So we'll talk about that. Tom, we don't know who's driving it yet. We'll see. We had a couple guys in mind. We really like Kyle Weatherman. Not because of his name, but because he's a cool dude. And he's been in our chat before. And he's got a name Weatherman. Why wouldn't we have a guy named Weatherman? I don't think Will Ferrell's going to drive the Firminator. So, anyway, Katie Haley, your kitten's watching or whatever. Anyway, all right, so there's your 7-day rain forecast. There you go. All right, temperatures through the week. Let's show you this real quick, just to show you our warm-up pattern. So today, even though it's in the 50s, we're going to see 80s for a lot of folks. Texas all the way up, 70s in the Carolinas, high temperatures. Here's tomorrow, a little hotter. Upper 80s, South Florida. 80s creeping up into Mississippi, Alabama, into Georgia. Wednesday gets really warm. We got 80s into Tennessee, and 80s back into the Carolinas again. Upper 80s all the way through Florida. So it's hot. This is Wednesday. Here comes that frontal line Thursday. You start to see it popping into the picture here. Thursday. We're going to have 80s starting to show up down here in the south. Friday, there's your cold front, high temperatures, 50s in the blue. So we do have an end of the week cold front coming down. Upper 80s, 90s down in South Florida. We got 50s in the northern part of Bama, Mississippi. Then on Saturday, oh, look at the peninsula sticking out like a sore thumb. 60s for Louisiana. This is Saturday. Nice, cool day in the Carolinas and the mountains here. Doesn't even get out of the 40s on Saturday for a big part of the Carolinas and northern Georgia, South Carolina there. And then on Sunday, more of the same as far as the peninsula goes. 91, 92, 93. We could have some record heat down in west central Florida with 90s showing up. 80s, upper 80s in Tampa. This is Sunday. So talk about the big spread, man. That Florida peninsula is just like the most sticking out like a sore thumb like you've ever seen. But Saturday's going to be very cool for a lot of people. This is Sunday. That's what's coming on temperatures. Rain-wise, real quick, let's show you this daily rains. Here's today's rains. Tomorrow, nothing. Wednesday. There's your front starting to come in on Thursday. So heavy rain. And I saw the National Weather Service in Houston area talking we could have a couple inches. So that could be a little bit of flooding concern on Thursday there. Thursday and a Friday. And then Friday, front makes it down a little bit. And then where did it go? Where did our front go? That's Saturday and Sunday. So it kind of lingers. So we do have a good chance for rain in Texas for a few days. This thing's going to stick around a little bit and linger around down there. So coastal parts of Texas might get some good rain out of this thing through the end of the week. But that's about it. So we'll see. I do have this cool page here. If you're ever curious, it took me forever to figure out where this is at. So if you go to my page here, on the bottom here we have this global tropics hazards map. which is showing possible tropics. But here's the CPC prediction outlooks right here, which is where all these graphics are. I get a lot of people asking me where they're at. So there's that, and it's this page right here. Now this page is pretty cool because it gives you 6 to 10 day outlooks. With the winter outlook, which I'm going to show you here in a second. Your 6 to 10 day temperature outlook is right here. This is through the end of the middle part of the month, November 11th through the 15th. You can see Florida is above normal. Now they're showing a little bit above normal in precipitation, but I don't see how that, I don't know what that means because we're not expecting to get any rain in the peninsula. Maybe more rain in the south and out west. But these are cool maps. 1 month outlook. There's your temperature outlook for the whole month of November here. Kind of showing you out west a little warmer, a little more average rain. I don't know. 8 to 14 day outlook. This is a bit longer in the month of November. Getting close to Thanksgiving forecast, but so far it's looking hot. Above average temperature, way above average in the north there. A little bit more on the precipitation side. 3 month outlook. I don't know if this is even going to make sense or not, but this is November, December, January. Obviously, this is a lot to do with El Nino, which we're going to talk about with the snow here in a second, but El Nino does bring more moisture to the south. That's why we have a lot of green in the south. Week 3, week 4 outlooks, kind of the same. So the whole general thinking is with El Nino is more moisture, more cool down south, less moisture, a little warmer on average up north. It doesn't mean there's going to be, constant being hot or constant being cold. It's just on average. You still have cold front, still have snow. We're still going to have heat in the south. We're still going to have dry in the south, but overall averages are like this right here. So we'll see. And I guess I'll show you the tropics hazards map. Just might as well. And then we'll open. There we go. I thought I shut down Chrome there for a second. We've only went through one Chrome episode, and that was in the first part of the year. So there is your global tropics hazards outlook map, and still low chances, but they are at least keeping things not closed for the season. 20% chance or less this week through the 14th, next week, and then middle month. But we've used these maps a lot. They are wrong more than right sometimes. So I think this is based on the fact that the water temperatures are warm and, the season doesn't officially end until November 30th. So there we go. Let me show you what the map I shared this week here. This one right here. All right, so what does this map mean? All right, so I shared it. It came out from NOAA last week. Basically just showing you average snowfall during strong El Nino events. So we're expected to have a strong El Nino event through the wintertime. So when we've had a strong El Nino, Pennsylvania South in the blue, more snow than average. So that means, Virginia's, mountains, Carolinas, even down into Georgia, Alabama. It's even showing a little bit of Florida Panhandle, down to upper Gulf, Texas, especially out west. You can pretty much draw a line, like that. And if you look at all the precipitation models and you look at the temperature models, everything seems to be southern half, northern half with an El Nino winter. Jet stream to the south, more moisture, possibility of some snow, colder than normal, wetter than normal, above the red line, between the red lines, drier than normal, warmer than normal. So that means less snow than normal. We've already seen less snow the last few years in areas, so it could even be less snow this year. And then, of course, north there stays active, Canada and stuff. But that was interesting because you know, could be some surprise couple snow events this year that don't see them very often, you know, and that's because of the jet stream and the pattern expected with an El Nino. Now, I know it's dry. We got no rain in 7 days. Everybody doesn't believe it. I always say we will see. We will see. I mean, but that's the official thinking. And they have a great article here. I shared it in the post this morning. This is from climategov.gov, but it talks about the reasoning and the history and different episodes during the year. So if you go back to the post where I posted that picture yesterday, I shared that link, this link, if you want to read about the effects of Enzo on the winter. Interesting, you know? I think so. Interesting. A little interesting. Just a little bit interesting. So anyway, all right, so let's talk about tropics. Since there is stuff to talk about a little bit. And I was a little surprised this morning. So we're watching this general area down here. The GFS this is on tropicaltidbits.com. The general thinking is something there. This is the GFS. As always, the GFS is very aggressive. Pulls it north, curves it below Florida. But that was the 6Z run. Last night, 00Z run. And what you're looking at here is lower pressures. Blue is low pressure. Dark blue is probably an organized system, around 1,000 millibars. This is Thursday, Wednesday the 15th. Could be getting close to Central America again. Every run's a little different because it's kind of guessing right now. But it's just worth noting that the models have been showing something down here consistently, possibly developing. So GFS has not been the greatest model this year, but nonetheless, it's worth noting. We do like the Canadian model. Canadian model's been pretty consistent, and it's kind of doing the same exact thing here toward the end of the run, showing a low pressure developing middle month, couple week plus. So definitely makes it worth mentioning. Here's the yesterday's run, overnight run last night, or 2 nights ago. So that's climatology where you watch. Euro isn't showing it as usual. The Euro won with Invest 97. It is showing lowering pressures though, the same exact timestamp. So definitely worth noting on that. Could be sort of like another Central America gyre setup here where we just have a lot of moisture setting up across Central America. But overall, what we're looking at here is 10 days, lowering pressures, Canadian and GFS. So 3 models, all kind of sniffing low pressure. Notice the big high pressure to the north on the GFS, high pressure to the north a little bit here. Now there's a weakness that could allow something to pull up. And then the Canadian kind of showing you that. So let's take a look at the couple other models that we can kind of look at. I don't know if Korean models hasn't really been all that great, but we'll look at it anyways here. KM, where the heck is it? Right here. We'll see if it shows anything developing. Last night's run, not really. A little bit of low pressure, but nothing showing up. So, yeah, it's. I'm not gonna post it on the page, but we'll keep an eye on it. Look at the latest ensembles here. You can see a couple of the Euros trying to maybe pull up something. that's all I'm going to say about that, honestly. There's really not a lot of high confidence, but the Euro ensembles are showing a little bit. And if you go back to the blended look here that I shared this morning, the colored blend, it makes things a lot easier to look at. Basically, chances in the blues are about 30% here that we could see something. Tropical storm, nothing yet. So, low confidence, okay? Low. There's no cold, Miss Shelley. I don't think we're going to get anything down by our way as far as cold temperatures goes. The official 7-day 7-day is barely even showing anything for lows in the south after tonight or today. So here's tomorrow's lows. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It doesn't go to Sunday, but lows of 70s, possibly Saturday night. These are Saturday night low temperatures, by the way, this weekend coming up. Kind of boring. Which is good. Some people like boring weather. I do too. So that's it on that. We got a big softball tournament this weekend in Gainesville. So the weather looks good. Hot. I think your body doesn't react really good when it's hot in November because, like 80s in the summer feels good. 80s in November, it's awful. I think your body just feels like it should be, fall. It's like it's cool in the morning, so it's a weird adaptation of the cool to the hot. What can we talk about? Anybody got any specific questions? We're going to start making these a little shorter and sweeter because there's less to talk about. No severe weather on the way, so there's really no reason to show many models. Shelly posted our cruise. Yep, you got a month on our cruise. If you want to put a deposit down, we'll leave that graphic up in case somebody's new to the site. But we do have a amazing travel agent, Miss Kim Shipley. If you like talking to people, she'll talk to you. Her number's here on the page. Third annual. If you love cruising, I know most of our people love cruising. I've learned one thing. Every time we do a cruise, we meet a ton of weather fans. Met a lot of weather fans at Zach Brown. So obviously y'all like country music. Meet a lot of y'all at the beer fest. So I know you like beer. But looking forward to it. Got all the details online. But third annual, going to be awesome. Sponsored by our good buddies at Firminator Power Equipment. Mr. Jason to make his third annual appearance with us, and we're looking forward to it. See you, Mr. Yohel. DGB likes boring. I like boring. I did get my fall scene. I didn't post it yet, but I did. So we put the skeleton away, and that's always a big day in our house for me. But I did get the fall stuff up. Here's a picture of it. Let me show you. So there's our little fall scene out front. That's fall in Florida. I put up some scarecrows and some hay and some pumpkins. So the Halloween tree converts to a fall tree as we near Thanksgiving. And then the weekend after Thanksgiving, it's all Christmas. I have nothing going on the weekend after Thanksgiving. I can't wait to... Here's Sarah. Oh my God, she had so much fun. The Zach Brown, look at her. She's just like, yeah. We'll be checking out Morgan Wallen Gulf Coast Jam with my good buddies up there in Panama City Beach come into May, early June. Don't want to talk about the Bucks. I stopped listening to the Bucks game. I thought they won. 30 seconds left. It's terrible. How could they just do that? It's terrible. Anyway, all right. Well, hey, we're going to be live tomorrow. We're going to keep these about 30 minutes as we slow down the season. Less and less to talk about. Short and sweet. Nothing in the weather world today, which is great. Jose, great question. The snow forecast. Well, it's probably more towards January. Yeah. And, you know, long-range temperature maps aren't supporting anything like that right now. So if that was to verify, it would probably be more deep in the winter. Because the next month, temperatures are above normal. Don't really see any big cold fronts coming. And Good Tropical Tidbits actually has a really good monthly outlook on temperature. So we can look at lower dynamics. Let's see, thermal. We'll look at they're saying hot. Like I said, it's going to be more periods of a cold front's going to have to come in. Here's the anomaly map. So all you doubters of El Niño, I mean, here's no precipitation map for December. Above normal. January above normal. February above normal. Not good for Daytona. March above normal. April. So, man, the model maps still think we're going to have a wet December, January, February in the south. Here's SIP's model, January, December, February. So, it's hard to go against so much consistency that we're going to see these many cold fronts. So, when you have this moisture, that indicates frontal lines coming down, you know, and that's when you're going to have these brief moments of possibilities of snow, if it's cold enough. But temperature-wise, monthly temperatures are definitely interesting. Now the SIPS is showing lower now, which is smart because now that makes sense. So here's November temps, December temps, January, February. February really cooler than normal. That makes a lot of sense. The other one wasn't making sense. This goes in line with all the El Niño stuff I showed earlier, right? But these are your temperature anomalies lower than normal. This is February. I chased snow back in the day. We had snow in Florida a couple years ago. This is anomaly map for December, January, February, and March. Cooler, cooler, cooler. I'll believe it when I see it. I think I had a video of my snow thing in here. I can't really play it, but I can. Florida snow, here it is. No, I better not play it. Copyright stuff. But anyway, it's on my site. Channel 13 was here in my driveway, and was waiting for us. I was sharing snow pictures in Northern Panhandle, and Fox 13 reached out here, local channel. Hey, can we meet you at the house when you get home? We want to talk about the snow. So it was pretty cool. The kids told their story about playing in the snow. It was fun. So anyway, all right. Well, have a great day, everybody. We will be back tomorrow morning, Tuesday, for the Daily Brew. We'll talk weather and see if anything changes. But as of now, enjoy the break. Got a little bit of convection still firing down there in the Belize area. So yeah, you all are still getting some leftover Invest 97. I know somebody asked about that. Let's talk about it real quick. You should be out of here pretty darn soon, I would think. Yes. So by midweek. So maybe today and tomorrow, you might still get some heavy rains down there. This is rain accumulation. So Central America believes there, but then we get a break here towards the Thursday and Friday. There's the GFS. So a couple more days down there from leftover Invest 97 for sure. Here's tomorrow morning with the Euro even. So you still got a few more days of rain. Looks like Thursday things start lightening up for you down there in Central America. So all that convection here is going to linger until at least Wednesday. Thursday looks a lot better. So there's two models showing the same thing. I think that this should dry up. We should have a period of dry on Thursday. So today, tomorrow, a little bit on Wednesday. And then it's pretty quiet. So, all right. Well, you have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, Tuesday. Tuesday's gone with the wind. See ya.